All right. Home, James. All right, how y'all doing in there? Just fine? Okay. Oh, really? Okay. I guess FSD wants to take us the back way home. Open sesame. There we go. All right, so I took my friend and her granddaughter over to the middle school here. I was going to practice the actually Smart Summon, but they came up and said,
now turn left onto
you can't operate on public streets. So I don't know. Apparently they've declared that this public school is on public streets. Lago Vista High School they've declared as being private. I don't know. Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
In 500 feet, turn right onto North Quinlan Park Road.
So I don't know if you got a glimpse of it, but there was a car coming down the street
right
towards us.
North Quinlan Park Road.
And FSD went kind of slow getting out, and then when he actually got out to the intersection, he kind of stumbled a little bit, stopped. If you gotta go, you better go. So that wasn't too great, but okay. All right, so I have my friend. I tried to get my friend to drive FSD the first time, but we're at the middle school, and FSD wanted to go out this one gate. Well, the gate's closed, so you can't use it. And it was kind of hard to get her to get used to the idea of, yes, you're going to have to drive it yourself, don't let FSD drive it. So she doesn't want FSD supervised to be like she has to do anything. And that's not where we're at right now. Sometimes you have to take over and you have to drive until you get navigation and FSD agree with you.
Onto Ranch Road 620 North.
Okay, then why am I in the left lane? To turn right, I gotta be in the right lane, right? Anybody home? Whoa, he got mad. Oh no, it was speed limit. Anyway, so FSD is taking on the California road rager mentality at the moment. And he'd rather be in the inside lane, even though he's going to turn right eventually. And people are going to be flying by here at some point. But there's nobody coming, so I'm letting it run. Who knows when he'll finally wake up and move over. Alright, so going back to my friend, we had a hard time getting out of the parking lot of the middle school. And then, so we're going to go to the HOA. And she wasn't liking the fact that it said navigation said we're going to make a U-turn. That's not U-turn, it's a plain left turn. Wow, really?
Now turn right onto Ranch Road 620 North.
Yeah, again, he just woke up just in time. Let's see if he figured, well, it doesn't matter, his car's coming. It's a Highland. Oh, it's a, whatever they call that sport model. Okay, it's a green light. Take a chance. Alright, so anyway. Once we got out onto one of the roads that goes to the HOA, navigation mapped it out, and okay, go ahead and start it now. All right. Where I'm really leading up to is, for a lot of people, I think it's like it is for her, where they're just uncomfortable with it. So the idea of using it's just like when I started, I knew, let's do something small first.
In 1,000 feet,
Okay, and then build on it.
to the Comanche Trail.
And it was the same thing with her, actually. At least to some extent. Okay, so navigation does as I was
Now
going
turn left onto the
this way.
Comanche Trail.
That's fine. So we'll go home on the back roads. So anyway, once we got on that road and she was doing FSD, she was okay with it. Then it came down to the auto park, and it's just a question of teaching her how auto park actually works. Right, auto park, the car wants to back into a space, and the one space that she was wanting to go into, auto park was going forward towards the car, and she was getting upset that it was moving towards that car. So I just said, you know, just park in the space, and I'll set it back up. So then I got it turned around, did a summon, and she saw I was doing the summon, and she went, okay, I see that part. Okay, so I got her to do a summon a little bit later, and when she did the summon, I told her, well, you're going to have to park it. And so she managed to do the auto park on her own. But I think it's, once you know how it works, once you try it in a small space, now I mean small, like, I mean a quiet place with nobody else around, where you're more free to make mistakes. Okay, once you get over some of those hurdles, it starts making sense, or you get more comfortable with it. And the same thing with that's odd. What is he doing? I don't know. So from the HOA, I told her, well, it should be a straightforward shot to get home. Just put in an FSD and drive. There was a place where it did a phantom brake, but I was waving my hand, so maybe I got close to the camera and FSD freaked out. I'm not sure. But I mean, she's still in the camp of, but why would I pay for this? Okay, and I don't know. From my perspective, I'm looking forward to using it for robo-taxi. That's where I'm at. It's like, if we can get it good enough to use for robo-taxi, then we're getting somewhere. But it's nowhere near ready for that. Whatever, peace and harmony. Fajitas to go. Alright, so coming back to this, what I was saying was, when we go to Oasis Bluff and we come out at Bullock Hollow, you have it's stop sign.
Turn right onto Oasis Bluff
So it
Drive.
depends upon traffic load when you can go. Whereas I probably would have gone up to
Now turn right
2222
onto Oasis Bluff
and
Drive.
turn left from there on the Bullock Hollow, actually. What? Yes. Like I said, draping my hand on the steering wheel gives my hand something to do. So one other thing I observed, I've heard it before, but I usually don't wear a hat, right? She was wearing a hat, and FSD was acting weird, and if I said, "Oh, take your hat off." Okay, so if you're wearing a hat and that bill is covering your eyes from an FSD perspective, from the camera,
Turn left onto
then
Hollow Road.
he has a hard time with it because he can't see your eyes to track them. And then the other thing, of course, obviously, is this is just a display. You don't have to look at it all the time.
Hollow Road.
If you look at it all the time, you're not going to see. Or the camera's not going to see that you're looking. Okay, looks like it's clear. And Mr. Civic's so sure it's clear, he wouldn't even stop at that stop sign. Alright. Oh, so I was pointing a little bit to the outside. But when I looked, it looked like you had a view of the display. Oh, so did I say that? I moved the camera over a little bit to the right, just a little bit, so you get a better view of the road. And the truth is, even if I'm resting my hand on the wheel, you don't see it because it's my left hand and it's on the spoke. I usually don't put my right hand on the wheel unless I'm getting nervous. Or if it's in a situation where we're trained to have both hands on the wheels at all times. Whatever, peace and harmony, it's all good. Interesting. Earlier today, going the other way, he was having a hard time maintaining speed. Now he's kind of going like, yeah, sure, it's okay. That's Cypress Creek. The name of that park is Cypress Creek, really? Oh, I had to slow down to go down the hill. Oh no! Look out! I have no idea what he was upset about. Oh, maybe I may have looked right for a half a second. Or looked sort of right. The things FSD gets upset about, it's like, what? Alright, that was awkward. You're braking while we're going a little bit sideways and off a little drop. And it's definitely not staying middle lane.
Turn right onto Farm to Market 2769.
Alright, so I tend to agree with those people who judge it this way. This release was not really ready for prime time.
Farm to Market 2769.
That's why I thought with 12.3.6, was that the one? Where when they pushed everybody to it, it was like, you don't want to push everybody onto this release. I mean, it's like my friend or my daughter or her husband. They all know something. They know me. So if something happens, I can say, well, I think this is what happened. It's okay. Just don't do this anymore. Oh. Okay. For some reason, FSD gets really nervous in this area. Oh, 12.3.6 finally calmed down. But that's after a bunch of sarcastic messages saying, "We're gonna die! Oh no!" Okay, you got the quiet version. I kind of screamed it. That's the message I sent to him. And then I would say, into what are we going to crash? Plain air? So finally on 12.3.6, they must have found something to calm it down. But obviously they haven't done the same thing for 12.5.4.1. And they're about to come out with 13 anyway, so why worry about it? But it's those kind of things like phantom braking for no reason, forward collision warnings with no reason, where people are like, I can't trust it. Right? The forward collision warning is Tesla telling you that Tesla doesn't trust Tesla. Okay? So when you get that do, yeah, that's Tesla saying it's a bad product. Now, the guys at Tesla might argue, well, he looked slightly to his right for like 0.2 of a second, and most people would say, and what about it? That's why you're going to crash? But anyway, we'll see. I'm still bummed out that my car that has FSD doesn't have this release. And there's a website called Not a Tesla app. Now they're tracking through somebody else's app, so their data may not be complete, but it's pretty obvious it's a static release. People are rolling off of it. The release that Grandpa's on. Oh, we're going to go out to Anderson Mill. Really? We're not going to go up to Eyes Ranch? But you went up Oasis Bluff. What? It's dumb.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Anderson Mill Road. Now turn left onto Anderson Mill Road.
Alright, so the one thing I wanted to do for y'all, I had the camera set up to do it, was filming actually Smart Summon in action. So we're going to have to wait for another time. Maybe Wednesday. Or Tuesday, I'm not sure which. So, when you want him to go to the right, he doesn't. When you want him to go to the left, he doesn't. So, this lane is a right turn only lane. Right? I don't know. The good news is there's only 2 cars to the inside of us, so there should be opportunity to get over. Ding ding. Oh, 2 more cars came up later. But the Subaru next to us, it wasn't accelerating. Oh, come on. What is it about some people? Your eyes are going slower. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let me get a piece of gum. It's being a really hard adjustment, man. That's a Cadillac. Looks so small. Even now, I feel like I have to keep my hands on the wheel, or at least touching it. But it's okay. It's all right. It's just like when they started adding the eye tracking in the hands-on FSD, and you had to start getting used to not looking to your left for more than half a second, or to your right, either way. And yes, it's not really safe for you not to be paying attention up front. But his tolerance level is too strict. And you know it's just programmed in. Well, Daddy Elon told me it has to be this way. Well, he lied to you. So I wonder if they fixed this magical speed zone here. 45. We stayed 45. What? There it is. Alright, so we're in the magical 25 mile per hour speed zone. What? Really? Well, I'm one over. No, there we go. Alright, so like I always say here, call Elon, I'm speeding 20 miles over. Of course, there's no police officer that's going to pull me over here. Because only in Tesla's mind am I speeding. And it just went back to 45, but... And I still didn't put air in the tires. Man. Ugh. So I haven't gone back and reviewed, but I'm pretty sure that somewhere in the release, somewhere, there's that fix for the speed limit signs. Figure out there's a reason why you should be in left lane? Yeah.
Turn left onto West Whitestone Boulevard.
Oh, what if I don't want to? Oh, then you won't get home, son. Yeah.
Now turn left onto West Whitestone
Really?
Boulevard.
Oh, that's Buffalo Bills thing. Where's that super that passed us before? Somebody's honking already. What? Oh, come on. Well, they're working on it. Okay, so I've left it at its default, which is 56. It's going 56, so it's good. That's part of what I feel with this, with FSD, is it's almost like it's a little tuned at first, and gradually it starts getting more comfortable. But it sounds like it's learning. So I'm not sure. I mean, it was somebody, and I thought he would know, where they said, yes, FSD doesn't learn in the car. It sees stuff and it uploads that to what they call the mothership, and then it gets downloaded back. Although I'd heard previously that no, FSD learns it, and when he learns it, he shares it. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a BMW. Oh, you're scared of BMWs, huh? It's okay. From what I've heard, I'd be afraid of the software in that car too. You see this sun train, you go, ah! He was down to 45. Look, he's way up the road. No reason to be going slow because of him. Okay, foot on accelerator. Let's see if we can get it going a little bit. deep into, whoa, but I like 50. Now you have the 50 sign. That's the reason to slow down to 50. Back. I didn't check the windshield, did I? Feels ever so slightly like he's lacking just a touch of control. Fireman's Park Halloween Festival. Okay, human driver, left turn signal on to switch to inside lane. Of course, FSD's not sure he wants to do this. Road work ahead, I wonder what that means. If only you had some clue. We already passed one right lane closed. Here's a second right lane closed. There's another one, 1,000 feet. Yep, he's gonna go right. Yeah, you scared VW guy. So I have VW behind me. As soon as he saw me go to the right, he backed way off. You know why, right? Like, what are you doing? And he's right. What are you doing? Although, when he got forced to go to the left, he did go left. That's only because the guy behind us wasn't a jerk about it. In fact, he was smart about it. And there you go, Elon. There's somebody else. If he figures it out, he's going, oh yeah, I saw a car driving FSD. It went into the right lane just before the red lane closed. How stupid can it be? Just more people that are going to be dead set against using FSD. And if you're not in favor of using FSD, you're probably not in favor of getting a Tesla either. As a marketing employee, this backfires on you. Well, he thought about stopping for these flashing yellows. Sorry, I wasn't looking to see if he showed any as red. go. He's thinking about it. Okay, he went right. I'm kind of surprised, actually. I thought he was going to swing back left. Well, it might have been nice to use turn signal to indicate it. Interesting. The Volkswagen is now going like, well, I'm going to follow you and see what other stupid things you do. Okay, I'm going to 55. Oh, don't want to accelerate to 55, huh? So you learned this from 12.306. 12.306 for some reason learned to go further up before he got in the left lane. Considering all the traffic that's turning left up here, that seems stupid to me. But it has mostly worked so far with 12.306. Then again, like, we should be in the left lane already.
Now turn left onto Lumens Ford Road.
270, yeah. Mr. VW is following us. Wonder why. Boom. Pontiac Transport. Oh. What? So he went all the way to the outside lane and then came back to the inside. Now he's going to signal going back to the right. What? My guess at the moment is we'll stay in the right lane. When we get to Don Drive, he'll start going straight or moving to the left to go straight. I don't know. Look like we entered a 40 zone. Yep. Just being stupid. Well, I mean, it's one strategy you can follow. Wait for somebody to pass you and you're like, oh, maybe I'm going too slow. Or you could follow the strategy of, I'm going to wait till Ray calls me out and calls me stupid. Whichever one you chose, okay, at least you're moving. Like I said, there's no reason to get too upset about it. The FSD 13's on its way. Or will be on its way soon. I'm sure hope it's not like FSD 12.4. That series of releases never went public, as far as I know. Okay, signal ahead. Right lane must turn right. Any clue? he's going to go right. Well, at least he made a right turn in the right turn only lane. I don't think we can go there. So now we're going 13 miles an hour? Seriously? So here's the good news. He did actually make a right turn. There's no navigation said to do, so he failed to follow navigation. He started out with 13 miles an hour. I don't know why. And even now, he's up 28, 29. He finally started picking it up. Wow, what is going on?
In 500 feet, turn left onto Thunderbird.
Oh.
Now turn left onto Thunderbird.
Okay, let's see if you can nail it. I didn't repave it. I must have been having some kind of thing there. Oh. Okay, we're going down Outpost Trace, then Rockwood. I'll have to see if I have some grading rules about phantom braking. I think I probably actually do. I mean, there's no doubt this release has phantom braking going on.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Outpost Trace.
Too bad you can't get on Country Club.
Now turn left onto Outpost Trace.
Outpost Trace? What? What'd you say? You have to wonder where this voice is from. It's not an accent that I recognize. Oh, this is so much better, FSD. Thank you. Sarcastically. Okay. Well, you should have seen that deer, right? That deer was going kind of slow. So he went a little bit left, turned on his left turn signal to indicate he was heading a little bit left, and went by the deer. Which actually is the right behavior. Does a human do that? No, they don't turn on left turn signal, they just go around. But the FSD is communicating with people around them. And seeing that left turn signal should catch your attention. And yes, those deer are remarkably sturdy. I had a car once and what? That's curious. You have your right turn signal on, but you're going straight? What? What was that about? That was confusing. And for a little bit, the noodle did go to the right.
In 500 feet,
If I saw it correctly.
onto Rockwood Drive.
What?
Now turn left onto Rockwood Drive.
rough left turn.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Boggy Ford Road.
So you're going to turn a left turn signal up here?
Now turn right onto Boggy Ford Road.
Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. Just weird. But it's FSD. It's actually FSD 12.5.4.1. So, did y'all hear that they gave another free trial of FSD? I mean, when I got that update, I was so excited to have a chance to try out their new release FSD. I just almost instantly subscribed for a month. And then I heard, oh, well, they're giving a free trial. Oh, well, I've already paid for it. Whatever, it's cool. It's all right. Oh, yes, because we came up in the between speed signs. FSD doesn't know that's 35 here. I don't know why he declared it 30. I mean, before it was 35, it was 40 since I've moved out here. Whatever. Peace and harmony. Ugh. I will say, at least he handled the Dawn Drive intersection better. Oh, the navigation didn't call for him to go that way. He FSD overrode navigation. But his problem was he was in the right turn lane. And he didn't know how to escape it, apparently. Hey, Jude. Oh, what do we got here? Trip is what? 61 miles? 14 kilowatt hours. Oh, but I'm not doing it that way, am I? The buck's just down on the side of the road.
Turn left onto American Drive.
Yeah, so it's 28 miles, 48 minutes, 208 watt hours per mile.
Now turn left onto American Drive.
Oh, whatever. The total trip is 14 kilowatt hours, but that's not what I'm going to compute, is it?
In 500 feet, turn left onto Santa Rosa Avenue. Now turn left onto Santa Rosa Avenue.
Don't run off the road. Alright, so to summarize, we had several phantom brakes. We had failure to follow navigation, which brings us down to a C. But nothing else that was really stupid. Now he tended to go slow, which is not something I care for.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the left.
Yeah, I was down to the point of, well, I'm going to try to store this car a little bit more
Now
and use
your
Grandpa.
destination is on the left.
Until Tesla figures out how to release this to my 2020 Model 3. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Cancel. Okay, of course there was that section where it pulled the front wheels in the driveway, but left the back wheels just parked in the street. Not acceptable. But you know, we're already down to a C, so we can leave it that way. Let's go with that. The grade for the ride back is a C. Seems to me it was a B going out, but I don't remember for sure. What? You really need that? Okay, let's do a Subaru then. There was a Subaru that was a piece of junk. Let's call him out. Okay, anyway, onward, upwards, charge. Is it great? No, it's not great. It's nowhere near great. Would I hand it to somebody else trying to convince them that FSD is great? No. That'd be stupid. Only somebody like Elon would think that's a good idea. Right? But let's be fair to Elon. He's probably on whatever comes after version 13. He's probably already along those lines. Right? So when somebody's, well, what if we push out 12.5 to 4.1? I mean, if you were to go back and look at the people who've had commentary about it, you say, no, let's push a higher release. Let's go 12.5.6. But even on 12.5.6, the OG YouTube guys don't agree. So it's never quite as good as you want it to be. But the first part is you have to try a little bit at a time and get used to it. Okay? Onward, upward, charge. Alright guys, so for today's trip we covered 28 miles, so it's really just the reverse of the trip out. So this is the trip in, or back home. It was actually just short of so computed it was just short of 6 kilowatt hours, but round up at 6 kilowatt hours. Alright, 28 miles, 6 kilowatt hours, which means cost of energy is 66 cents, which works out to a quarter of a gallon. So it's almost exactly the same either way. There you go. So for cost of energy, so I'm comparing to a 2024 Subaru Legacy that gets 27 miles per gallon combined. So cost of energy, he can cover 7 miles. So he can barely make it to the edge of Lago Vista from my house. But maybe he wants to make the total trip, right? So what's the range? What does it cost him to do the range? Okay, so it actually took just over a gallon. Let's call it a gallon just for sake of argument. So $2.60. Okay, it was like a half a tenth, something like that, over. So for him to go 28 miles for his cost, I can go 94 miles. Okay. And so this Subaru it's a reasonable miles per gallon, but it's not great. Okay. That's the range. So for the tank, wow, it has an 18.5 gallon tank. But when you think about it, what does Subaru sell you? They sell you with, well, you can take it mildly off-road, right? You can go up to campgrounds or whatever and camp out. So you need extra gas to do that. I assume that's why they have an 18.5 gallon tank. All right, so to fill it up at $2.60 costs you $40.30. The good news is you can go 499 miles. Yeah. Yeehaw. I can't imagine wanting to do that. I just can't. It'd be all day. I have to stop going to the bathroom every once in a while. Come on. All right. So anyway, the cost looks like it's right around $25,000. I mean, yes, you can spec it up and get a more advanced, more luxurious model for almost $40,000. But why would you do that? If you're going to do that, you would upgrade the model. Okay, so it has a 5-star crash rating. But when I'm reading through the various grades, I'm wondering how they got 5 stars. Okay. Let me put it in a more polite way, if I can. I would not want to be in the back seat of this car if it got in a crash. Absolutely not. Okay, but that's my opinion. Go read the crash test results for yourself. Okay, there was one spot, and I just won't say what it is, but you can go look for it yourself. Right, IHS. It had a red mark, which is an F. How do you get 5-star rating when you got a failure on a component of the test? I don't know. But there you go. I mean, I assume that you've seen the commercials. I've seen the commercials where, oh, I would never put my family in anything but a Subaru. Obviously not a Legacy, right? Okay. I haven't gone back and looked at the other Subaru tests. I don't want to dig into it. I just want to accept what they think is good and leave it at that. And let me tell you something. The Model 3 leads its class, which is premium sedans. Okay? Now, can you take it off road? Model 3? The clearance isn't there. Right? I mean, I was bottoming out on potholes in Corpus Christi. Although I should have never been on that little section of road. And Model Y would have more clearance. But then again, the price difference between a Model Y and a Model 3 is not very much. So if that's what your deal is, go get a Model Y. Okay? But whatever. I get it. I've seen the same commercials you've seen. Wow, Subaru's a safe car. And the ones I think of, they have a kid in the back seat, right? And they walk away. Now, maybe a kid will have less problems than an adult in the back seat. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. I'm kind of wondering now. Onward, upward, charge.